Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. In a quiet village nestled between rolling hills and swaying palm trees, there lived a humble woodcutter named Ali Baba. Each day, he wandered deep into the forest to gather firewood, humming gentle songs as birds sang overhead. He lived a simple life with his wife, never asking for more than what they needed to be content. One golden afternoon, while searching for dry branches beneath the trees, Ali Baba heard the sound of hooves. He hid behind a large rock and peeked out carefully. To his surprise, he saw 40 men on horseback, all dressed in dark robes, carrying heavy sacks on their backs. They stopped in front of a rocky cliff, where the leader raised his arms and said clearly, "Open, Sesame!" To Ali Baba's amazement, the rock slowly moved aside, revealing a hidden cave. One by one, the men entered, and the stone rolled shut behind them. After a while, they came back out, this time without the sacks, and the leader again spoke, "Close, Sesame!" The rock sealed itself once more, and the men rode away into the forest. When the coast was clear, Ali Baba came out of hiding. His heart pounded, but curiosity sparkled in his eyes. He stood before the cliff and softly said, "Open, Sesame!" Just like before, the stone shifted, revealing the hidden cave. Inside, his eyes widened at the sight. Gold coins, silk cloth, sparkling jewels, and treasure chests lined the cave like something from a dream. Ali Baba filled his sacks with just a few gold coins, enough to help his family live a little more comfortably, and whispered, "Close, Sesame." The cave sealed shut, and he returned home, his heart still fluttering with wonder. That evening, he told his wife everything. They decided to keep the secret safe and use the treasure wisely. But Ali Baba had an older brother named Kasim, who was greedy and always wanted more. When Kasim learned about the cave, his eyes grew wide with envy. The very next morning, Kasim rushed into the forest and found the rocky cliff. Standing before it, he boldly shouted, "Open, Sesame!" The cave opened, and he stepped inside, gasping at the treasure all around him. But when it was time to leave, he panicked. He couldn't remember the right words. "Open, Barley! No! Open, Peanut!" he cried. But the rock didn't move. Kasim was trapped. When the thieves returned, they found him in the cave. Furious, they knew their secret was no longer safe. Meanwhile, Ali Baba became worried when Kasim didn't come home. He went to the cave, opened it with the magic words, and sadly found his brother. With a heavy heart, he brought him back and buried him quietly. Knowing that danger still lingered, Ali Baba decided to keep the cave a secret. But the thieves were clever. They traced the trail and discovered that someone else knew their secret. Their leader disguised himself as a merchant and visited the village. He carried jars, but inside were not oil or spices. Instead, each jar hid a thief. The merchant asked to stay at Ali Baba's home for the night. Ali Baba agreed, not knowing the danger. But in the kitchen, the clever maid Morgiana noticed something strange. The jars were quiet. Too quiet. She peeked inside one and gasped, "Thieves!" Thinking quickly, she boiled a pot of oil and poured a little into each jar, stopping the thieves before they could act. Later that evening, the leader came into the house. Morgiana danced for the guests, light on her feet and full of grace. But she was watching closely. She recognized the leader from a glance outside the cave. At just the right moment, she twirled, reached for a hidden dagger, and stopped him before he could harm her master. Ali Baba was shaken but deeply grateful. He thanked Morgiana with all his heart and treated her like family from that day forward. From then on, the secret of the cave remained with Ali Baba alone. He lived peacefully, using the treasure only to help others, never to take more than he needed. His home was filled with quiet joy, the kind that grows from kindness, not gold. And each night, as the stars twinkled above, Ali Baba would sit by the window, listening to the breeze whisper through the palm leaves, grateful for the simple, peaceful life he had built.